I didn't actually start off with folk and fairy tales. When I first started writing, I didn't know what kind of writer I was, so I tried all different, because I was a lawyer before, so my writing was very, very lawyer-like. So it was quite difficult to transition to fiction. And I tried different points of views, and I tried an adult point of view, of course, but for some reason, it always morphed into a child's point of view, and that's when I discovered that my author's voice is actually quite young. I write from children's points of views normally, and maybe because I can actually clearly remember what my childhood was like. I can't remember what I did last week, but I can remember how I felt as a 12-year-old girl. So, and it was only later when I revisit, because growing up I loved folk and fairy tales, but when you hit your teens, you can't really like say, oh, I like fairy tales, right? It's not very cool. So I kind of left the fairy tale genre then. But when I had kids and I began to read to them all these fairy tales that I used to read myself, I was surprised because I got something new from those stories. I thought I knew those stories as a child, but when I reread them, I got a different kind of like sheen from it, and
you interpreted it differently.
Yeah,
and the third time you read it years later.
Yeah, like now all the wicked stepmothers and the witches and ogres, I can relate. They're just tired.
Don't give me ideas. No.
I can relate to them, you know? They're not all that bad. There must be a reason why they're doing what they're doing. So that's what got me started back onto folk and fairy tales. And then I wanted to really look into Malaysian and Southeast Asian folk tales as well, because we don't really have a collection of these stories in one place, and which is also the reason why I wrote this book. In fact, this is not going to be enough. I'm working on the second volume, and there'll probably be a couple more volumes. There are so many folk tales from this region.